And I'm pretty sure I already know what the keyword for this is going to be.
Interesting. I see Free France pinging Western Africa, at least the Horn of Africa. Not sure what's going on there. They're pinging around Senegal. I haven't seen any type of naval invasion, so I'm not sure what's going on there. In the meantime, Mexico has finished its civil war, and I think we're going to see medium tank or heavy tank Mexico even. Mexico is currently researching heavy 2s, and they'll probably go into heavy 3s. They don't really seem to have gone into any... This is interesting. They're going heavy 2s. They have done mechanized, which is fine, but they're also going for upgraded guns. Might be to get the extra soft attack on the mechanized, but not sure why they're prioritizing that when they've got 1939 machine tools. Got to get that efficiency, Mexico. You don't have that many factories.
Okay, so giveaway is going to be for the Hearts of Iron 4 merch bundle, which includes t-shirts like I am currently wearing, if you can just about see that on the camera. We've got mugs, which are Hearts of Iron branded, then a bunch of other things as well. I don't actually know 100% what's in the bundle, but it's awesome. And to enter this giveaway, you will need to go to my channel, so Mordred Viking channel, and type in Bob Semple, one word, Bob Semple, and that will enter you for this raffle.
Oh no! The BM F's in chat. Oh, feels bad for Zerbertus. To be fair, those light tanks are like no investment IC-wise. You probably have more than enough obsidian. And oh, it's happening. We've got another invasion of the Cocos Islands, and the Italians are getting one island closer to the Dutch East Indies. Are we going to see them actually take it? And for whomever asked about Free France just got mutinies, whoever asked about the surrender progress of Free France, they've already capitulated. It's not going to happen again, but they only hold 2% of their VPs at the moment.
And as a reminder, remember you need to be following the channels for the giveaways. To be eligible, you need to be following.
Oh. I wonder what... Okay, so the Raj is actually... I think they're moving divisions... Are they moving out? They're moving divisions out. I think the allies are noticing what their plan is. I'm seeing... Are they moving in? Okay, so the Raj is actually traveling to the Dutch East Indies, I think. Either that or to Andaman. Let's actually see what the route is for these convoys.
I'm always disappointed by how little the Allies defend the Dutch East Indies, because it's such an important area, especially as it's the main source of their rubber. I mean, yeah, if they can hold Malaya, fine, but I find they almost never do.
Speaking of, the Italians just took Christmas Island, and in response, the Raj is actually sending divisions over to Andaman and the, what are they called? The Maldives. There you go. So they think that... They probably think that they're trying to go for the Raj then. I don't think they're expecting them to go for the Dutch East Indies, because they're not sending over any other divisions here.
I wonder if they're going for the Dutch East Indies or Australia. If they're going to let the Japanese go for the Indies and then Italy goes for Australia.
Oh no.
Because they have a shared sea zone now with... what city is that? Perth?
Nope, I actually... So... I don't want to spoil too much, but I think you're going to have to look a little further to the east. And this is absolutely big brain. This is like 400 IQ, and I love it. I absolutely love it.
Interesting, okay.
The Italians just are about to set off again, and they're traveling even further east. They're leaving the Dutch East Indies open to Japan.
Where's... Oh, wrong country. Gonna look for who's organizing these naval invasions, and then I'll watch for them to actually trigger it, and then we'll take a look at exactly what's happening.
I mean, it's Italy, so that's all you need to look at.
Yep.
Oh, no. F's in chat for Portugal. It finally happened. Took the Spanish quite a while, actually. In the meantime, the...
Oh, dear.
Oh, dear. Well, I'm just gonna preemptively... I know what's about to happen.
Well, yeah, maybe. We shall see.
The availability of the amphibious mechanized in your templates means that you're going to take less of a debuff, and so you're going to do more damage trying to cross those rivers. And that is a very smart play from Mr. Germany. Also, welcome back.
Thank you. Realised I had the wrong profile on, so neither of the cameras were working.
Happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
I'm just glad I haven't had any technical difficulties yet. Sorry, I need to find some wood 1 second. There we go.
Right,
I hope
so
there's nobody in my hallway, because they might look up really weird. Somebody knocking on the door.
I was going to keep an eye on Italy to see when the naval invasion began. Nothing yet.
So I'm wondering what Iraq is doing right now. They are going for aviation effort. Okay. Oh, what they might be doing is use the air doctrine bonuses to get the first 3 lines on battlefield support. So they get extra ground support from allied planes. It's the only thing I could think of. In the meantime, by the way, the Iraqis have started building Katyushas, and I'm fairly certain, yep, he's renamed his cavalry division to the Rocket Cavals, and it's currently a... is this a 7-2? Yeah, it is a 7-2. He's got a 7-2 Rocket Camels. Because why not? He's just got a bunch of Katyushas disguised as camels shooting rockets at people. And they're actually under-equipped.
For the moment. Yeah, they're just ranged around the little British holdout in Egypt, but I don't think that's going to be left alive for too much longer.
And I just heard a certain bell go off. And it's in the western Indian Ocean. I think it's actually a counter-invasion. And if you... Oh, here you go. If you look at the Seychelles, they have turned a different color again. They're now red again. And it is indeed the Raj who has invaded the Seychelles.
So Raj is being pretty active when it comes to the Indian Ocean combat at the moment, but I do kind of wonder how the Raj Navy is going to hold off against the Italian.
Well, in fact, it is not the Raj Navy. It is the... Well, it is like the better part of the Royal Navy that is currently in Asia. And it is not yet 1941. Japan is not in the war, but here we have 158 British ships in Sumatra. And I think they have got an inkling of what the Italians are trying to do. They're trying to counter it. They're not letting this happen.
Yeah, we got British submarines protecting the entirety of the Dutch East Indies, which is a great move. I think that's a really good use of those British subs. And then you got the capital fleet around somewhere.
And there you've got Diego Garcia. It just fell. It just got given back to the Brits. And the only things that the Italians now have left in Asia are the Cocos Islands and the Christmas Island. Yeah. So their plan might actually not succeed here. Which would be a shame. A real shame. Oh, no. No.
Okay, so Hjalmar was saying don't control-click to another country until you actually get black flagged. I don't think that's going to work, though.
Well... I think I just...
Black flag, Switzerland.
I'm now Turkey. See if it works. And welcome to everybody that's new to the channel for... I think we have... How many more minutes? We have 3 more minutes on a Stellaris Nemesis DLC key raffle. And of course, if you want to join in on this raffle, you gotta navigate over to twitch.tv/BigSmokes, follow the channel, write !raffle in chat, and join the Hoi4 tournament Discord, or sorry, the Hoi4 community Discord, and you might win yourself a DLC key. I think I've survived the process of getting black flagged.
So have I. I can't tell them that because we're not allowed to talk in the lobby, because Observer. Oh my gosh! Hjalmar, you might be right with that. Interesting. Okay.
Don't say anything, chat. Don't say anything. So, one thing I'm curious about is... Are the German... Oh, I see what they're doing. Let me guess. These divisions are for... Yep, okay. Cool. I was wondering why the Germans weren't training any divisions, but of course they've got a lot of big 20 or 40 with infantry blocks, and they're going to use those to convert into tanks when the time is right. What are the German stockpiles like right now? We're looking at 5... Okay, this might actually be interesting. So the Germans right now have a stockpile of 5.4k heavy tanks, some 14k motorized, 2k mech, and 1k amph mech. And now my point is lost because we have to another hot join.
Yep. I'm not clicking on anything until I actually get hot joined, get black flagged, and then I'll click and we'll see if this works.
I'm Sweden now.
I'm Switzerland. Because again, this was just a hot join request. This was not a desync.
Didn't we just desync as well?
Maybe. Again, if I don't get the desync message, that's usually crash time.
Yeah, I did get the desync message for somebody else. Also, somebody in chat mentioned, I like to imagine the motorized rockets are actually just spitting camels, or the motorized rockets are made to look like camels and the rockets come out of its mouth. I don't think there's a model in game for that, but that would be cool. Anyway, as I was saying, the Germans have 5.4k heavy tanks, and okay, so the Russians have 9.3k heavy tanks, and 5k mechanized and 1k motorized, but do they have any tanks in the field yet?
So Italy has just declared war on Greece. The war in Greece has just kicked off. Although there are no Italians here, this is all Bulgaria.
I mean, the Chad Bulgarians showing the Greeks who's boss. Actually, no, they're not, because they have a lot of holes here that they're not making. Bulgaria, what are you doing? You can literally encircle half the Greek army here. What are you doing?
Attack!
Please move into this tile.
Do it! I'm looking at this too. Oh no, they're moving!
No, they're about to move in.
Pin them!
What are you doing? Oh, no. Bulgaria. There must be a reason for this, right? Let's turn on allied orders. Nope, no naval invasion set whatsoever.
They probably just want the experience from the Greeks attacking back?
I suppose. I mean, maybe they're going to let the Greeks grind on them because they're still... I mean, the Bulgarians are under-equipped from what it seems like, so they might just be trying to train these divisions by having them get attacked. Let's actually see... I mean, this is a good way to level your divisions to level 4 or level 5. But he's also stress deploying under-equipped, under-trained divisions, so I'm not sure what the deal is here. Did the Bulgarians not expect to be attacked? They're actually getting pushed back as well under Haskovo.
Maybe they're just not watching.
Well, they have just started moving into encircle the Tile of Alexandroupolis and the tile next to it, so I don't know what's going on here with the Bulgarians. And yes, you may speak, chat. Of course, you may. I'm not sure what the plan was there, but I'm sure they'll recover. It is AI Greece after all. I don't think they're going to put up that much of a fight.
So just looking at the plane differences, at the moment Canada's got about 12,000 total. And switching back over to the US and taking a look at Hungary, we can see the Hungarians have... Oh, that's a bit harder to find out. Let's switch to Britain and do it from their perspective.
So this is interesting. Remember that the Romanians had 5 marine divisions? I no longer see them, but they are just now starting to research transport ships, and this is the 1922 tech. So they had marines for quite a while, but they have no way to use them, at least not in their intended use.
Mm-hmm.
Have they expeditioned them anywhere?
Maybe it's the Romanians have been doing the Italian naval invasions?
That's actually possible. Yep, Legionary Romania has expeditionary forces sent to other nations, and the flag is Italy. So I assume that if we look at the Italian, well...
There's Messe in charge. They put a really good commander in.
Oh yeah, there you go. Messe literally just got put in charge. Oh yeah, okay. And are they going to be successful there? Is it even defended? Lightly. I don't think that Talas... yeah, look at the air. Yeah. I mean, right now it's just fighters, but that's going to get cast added to it, and that is a done deal.
And the air game is not that much difference. I think the Allies have maybe 1,000, possibly 2,000 planes more. The difference isn't that huge.
And let's have a look here. We've got, in terms of deployed planes, we've got 8,200 on on the Canadians. But the problem here is that, yes, the little island of Malta here is a 2K airport, but we also have a 2K airport in Sicily. We've got one in Tripoli. We've got one in Tunisia. So there's no way that the Allies are going to be able to even wrestle for anything like yellow air. It's going to remain red. There's nothing they can do there. Malta is just lost. They're not even investing in it right now. There are no airplanes over it.
So the Italians are now attacking into the mountains guarded by France and starting to push further and further west.
Actually, unless there's something I'm not seeing here, I'm going to have to correct you. It's actually the Axis who have more planes. They have...
It could just 11? Be that I'm terrible at maths, which is very, very possible.
Oh, no, you might have just not seen it, but the Hungarians actually have 1,100 planes more in the field.
Yeah, see, I'm looking at this from the UK perspective, and I'm seeing between 8,000 and 14,000, so it's still kind of a guess to how many they actually have.
I mean, either way, at the moment, they're not fighting anywhere where the significance of those numbers is really going to come to bear.
And again, it's 8,000 against 14,000, so close.
Yeah, at the moment though, I don't think there are any significant air battles going on. I'm just looking.
There aren't. I
scrolling
was
over
just
the
looking
map.
around. There's a major bombing campaign going on in... Where was that? Low Country? Where were they? France? Oh,
I'm actually
I'm
having
looking
a
at the
look
wrong
here.
country. I'm looking at Britain. I should be switching over to Canada because air controllers are a thing.
Oh, this is actually funny. I'm having some kind of weird bug where I can see the fighters, but I can't see the bombers. Or rather, the sea tiles. I can see the sea tiles, but not the land tiles. Either way, it looks like we've got a lot of Axis fighters over Central Europe, and I'm not seeing any enemy bombers at the moment.
Yeah, not anymore. There were 800 bombing, I think it was northeast Germany, but they seem to have stopped that.
Yeah, they were probably trying to bait the Axis air controller, which is Hungary, to start sending fighters around. And what you'll probably see is that they're going to flicker bomb, because I don't think flicker bombing is actually against the rules. Flicker bombing, for those of you who don't know, is a tactic where you usually have a nation with a co-op just right-click bombers to a new tile every few seconds to kind of
The naval
try to keep
invasion
the enemy
has
AC
begun.
occupied.
Sorry to interrupt. So we've got
Oh, you're
the
good.
Italians coming in, attacking into Valletta, and it's 80 in their favour. They've got air superiority, significant number of CAS, and also naval bombard. So this is not looking good for Malta.
No, and look at that attack. The soft attack stat is way higher than the defense stat. Those divisions are readily losing strength and organization. This is, like we discussed, I'm afraid that the Maltese are going to be speaking Italian from here on out, or at least for the significant future.
Yep, looks that way. Depending, of course, on whether the third reserve actually joins the battle in time, because that the Romanian organisation is getting pretty low. Oh no, the British are out, and one left. My god, that strength is going down so fast, and dead. Malta's fallen. Fortress Malta is now Fortress Italy.
Yep, and if the ally or the Axis are wise here, I would start, because I'm looking at Jib. Jib is not doing too good. I would start focusing on Jib. Now, you could make an argument like, hey, but there are these islands that are really easy to get. Like, you've got Crete here. You've got Cyprus, but why bother getting them now if you can just go for Malta and cut off the supply completely? Because, the Axis control the Suez. Gibraltar is the only way for the Allies into the Med right now. So if you focus on Gibraltar, then boy, oh boy, it is over for the Allies. Also, the Canadians have, because somebody asked, they have 270 convoys left, and I don't think that they've stopped losing as many because they started out with 730 or 40-ish. It's the British, however, who are losing convoys left, right, and center. They have 800 left. And 0 manpower! Wait.
Oh, that's sounding like how I play this game.
I'm actually looking at the British right now, and they have not done the focus to get the war to end all wars removed. In fact, they're doing continuous air production. So they haven't taken issue gas masks. They haven't done military training act. And why? Because they've been lacking chromium the whole game. Or sorry, aluminum.
Yeah.
They simply have to invest everything in getting as many airplanes out as possible.
And I wonder if they started to put all of their dockyards into building convoys. I strongly suspect they probably have.
Half of them, actually.
5 and 10, yeah.
Oh boy. Oh, and they're actually deploying more divisions right now. I think the Brits are really afraid of getting sea lioned. I'm looking at approximately, this is, 60-something divisions in the UK? If it's not more.
Either that or they're preparing for a really, really big infantry D-Day, but no, this looks more like a defensive plan.
I mean, they might be, but at the moment, there's just simply no reason for them to do anything. So long as the Germans are not at war with the USSR, they're going to have everything they can have on the D-Day wall, and anything that they send in is either going to bounce or just going to get killed. So they might be building up for something. I am seeing Marines, but for the moment, they can't do anything with it.
We've got Italians landing in Cagliari in Sardinia. Greeks trying to hold the French territories there, but it's not doing very much. Oh no, that's probably the Greeks counter-attacking into Cagliari. Interesting.
All right. And while we have a bit of a lull in the situation here, I am going to go ahead and raffle off that second Stellaris key, if you don't mind.
Go for it.
Let's see who we get. I'm going to give myself a little drum roll while naval invasion happens in the background, and we have Mr. Arthur G. If you can say something in chat, congratulations, you have won yourself a Stellaris Nemesis DLC key. Just go ahead and send me a DM on Twitch, and I'm going to get you sorted. Congratulations on getting that key. Very well done. Just a quick reminder, if you've won, make sure that you are in the Hoi, or just generally speaking, be in the Hoi for Community Discord, otherwise you will not receive your prize, so make sure you're in there.
Yep. And the Italian Navy is under so little threat, they're actually using their escort destroyers to convoy raid in the Mediterranean.
Are they?
Oh.
I love the I just love the gut on the Italians. Like they are just not afraid, and that's what I was talking about as well. Like one thing that's made it so exciting for us to watch and cast these guys is they just commit. Like they're not afraid. They're just like, you know what, we're here. We want to show off that we can do this, and they're just not afraid to just destroy them. And they're just walking onto.
Okay, so the Bulgarians were waiting for German tanks to arrive. The tanks have now arrived, and Greece is starting to crumble.
Oh yeah. Yep, that's almost historical. Unless,
yes, it is.
In this case, it was the Bulgarians, not the Italians.
I'm guessing this is so that Edvald von Kleist can get some more experience. He is a hill fighter, but he's not a mountain fighter.
Well, this is actually a perfect place for him to, Grand Mountaineer in the end. Does he have the opportunity to do that, though? Like, how close are we? 30%, I don't think that's going to happen.
Not anytime soon, and especially because Germany just did anti-Commentator pact. And we are in March 41.
At least those tanks are very well trained, that's good.
Oh yeah, for sure. One of them's already a level 5 veteran. They have a level 4 seasoned.
Well, Greece held Sardinia for a moment, but it is now firmly in Italian hands again.
The Italians actually did a naval invasion into Corsica and then pushed south from there to trap the Greeks just north of Cagliari.
Smart move on their part.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Sardinia is now firmly in Italian hands. Don't worry about it. There's currently not a raffle going on. Somebody just won the Stellaris Nemesis DLC key. And I'll put one more on. What else did we have, just out of curiosity?
So chat is asking about who the players are. So let's just very quickly go through the players again. I'll do the Axis and then you can do the Allies afterwards. Let me just bring up my list.
Sorry, just to quickly confirm, board games, not boring games, won your raffle, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
I do usually confirm with Captain. I forgot today. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay, so in Germany we have got Shadow with the co-op We Too Low. In Italy we've got Argos with the co-op Mark.
Oh, sorry to interrupt, but we got Jib going on, and it looks like the Allies are losing.
It definitely does. The Italians coming in with 2 Marines with 4 more reserves, but their organization's just...
This is very, very close, but there's no last standing here. They're not allowed to do it. And so long as these divisions get in... Oh, there go the French divisions, and the British divisions are not going to be far behind. I think it's over.
Are they really not allowed to last stand?
As far as I'm aware, no, they're not. And if you look at the... Or weren't they? Because somebody was complaining about that.
No, I think they are last standing because their strength is going down, but the organization isn't. Yeah, they are definitely last standing. Yeah, 100% they are.
I'm not sure. There was a rule change regarding that, but I honestly don't even remember what the exact value was. A lot of changes have been made in the past few days. But yes, it looks like the
and done.
Romanians were force attacking with the Italian or the British last standing, and the Romanians won. And you know what this means? Sea Lion is now on the menu. Both Gibraltar and the Suez are firmly in the hands of the Axis, and that means that the route to the UK is now open, and this is probably what the UK has been preparing for.
Is that a rule they introduced? Because I know that didn't used to be.
I'm not entirely sure. I actually have to double check.
I really hope not, because it's one of my least favourite rule sets in any multiplayer game. Because what I find it does is it just means that the Allies will put all of their fleets into the Mediterranean and basically make Africa impossible. But I don't think they did it because a number of us just went, no, that's a terrible idea. Like there are better ways.
I might actually be a little misinformed here. Now that you mention it, I'm not entirely sure anymore. I just remember somebody talking to me about it, but I might be wrong here.
Because there are rule sets where that is a thing, and I'm pretty sure this is not one of them.
You could be right. Like I said, I'm not actually doubting it now, but I might just whenever I take my break. Oh, actually, it's 11:15, so I am going to take my break right now, and I'm going to double check while I'm away.
Yeah, no worries.
Anyway, for viewers, I'm going to leave you in the more than capable hands of Mordred for 15 minutes, and I'll be back soon. And I'm just going to pop up. What raffle did you say I could grab next, just so I can pop one on?
Either Stellaris or CK.
I think think I'll grab another Solaris key and we'll leave the CK one for last.
Okay, sounds good.
Awesome.
So the Italians have managed to isolate a 5-stack division of Free French troops in Africa, and they've just got that completely surrounded. And the Italian offensive just continue. Then elsewhere, I'm trying to keep an eye on Germany because I'm looking to see if they're doing more with the USSR, and they are. So Barbarossa is going to be coming fairly soon now, with the German lines firmly entrenched against the Soviets. Going to double check to see if the Italians are still doing any of their shenanigans, but it looks like the Italian shenanigans are over. Free France has actually retaken Madagascar. So the naval invasions and counter-naval invasions have done their task.
Oh, yeah, right, sorry. This is what I wanted to mention. The fact that both Gib and the Suez have been taken means that Spain can join the war.
Ah, yes, that might be the case. Yes.
All right. Anyway, I'm gonna be right back.
Yeah, no worries.
So, good luck.
Okay, so while we're in the process of waiting for Barbarossa to begin, we started doing a overview of the different players. So in Germany, we have got Lito, Lo, and Shadow in a co-op. In Italy, we've got Argos and Mark. In Romania, we've got Elite Sniper. In Bulgaria, Mad Brad. In Hungary, Ian. In Spain, General Crunch. In Iraq, DJF. In Finland, Dr. King. In Japan, we've got Uncharted with the co-op of Eigel. In Manchukuo, we've got Toxic Biscuit, and in Siam, we've got Warbrain. Meanwhile, in the Allies, we have got Team Kaiserreich Weekly. We've got the UK, which is Jedi Raven and Purple in co-op. In the USA, we have got Swamp. In co-op in the USA, we've got Mega Lux Ray. In France, we've got Captain Allen. In Canada, Malevolent. In Australia, Vestung. In South Africa, we've got Derp. In New Zealand, Zobertus. British Raj is Stoop. Mexico is the Empress of France. USSR is Big Lasses. And then the co-op of Freddy and Tadop. And those are the two sides. So the Axis is the Worlds Ablaze community team. And then the Allies are Kaiserreich Weekly. I thought the Bob Semples did last stand, and that was the reason they died. I don't think they did. I think they died too quickly for that to have been the case. I think it was just that the Italians' units were able to pierce their armor, and because they have so few hit points, they just died straight away. We can actually double check that, because these are the units I think they were using, and their piercing is 29, so yes, they were indeed piercing the Bob Semple armor, because there was no motorized or anything like that. It was literally just the tanks, and they just died. Why do they have that much pierce? Because they have AA and AT. Interesting. Meanwhile, we are just days away. 20 days from war with the USSR being finished. And then hopefully some of the pressure can be lifted from the Allied operations elsewhere as the Axis become well and truly embroiled in a big war against the USSR. And we shall see how that goes.